Well, guys, it turns out we are reopening some old wounds. Okay, I shouldn't talk about Kiefer Sherwood like that. He was fine. He was good, in fact. And I think a lot of Canucks fans really respect the profile and the body of work that Kiefer Sherwood provided to the team. The fact that he was dedicated, he said all the right things in the media. There is a good respect for Chief Keef. And the fact that the Vancouver Canucks traded him for 2 second-round picks and a prospect, I'd say is pretty good. But Kiefer Sherwood has yet to play a game for the San Jose Sharks. It's fine. He's still a good player. The Sharks are a good team. They beat New York yesterday in a stomping 3-1, wherein JT Miller is now getting all the blame once more. But for Chief Keef, there's a reason why the Sharks went out there and paid the price they did to get this dude. And it turns out, if things actually don't go that way, we might see ourselves yet another Sherwood trade. Who really knows? Today we're going to refer to an article posted on mercurynews.com. This was posted and published by Curtis Pashelka earlier yesterday. Bay Area News Group, obviously this is covering the San Jose Sharks. Would the Sharks possibly flip Sherwood again before the NHL trade deadline? San Jose GM Mike Grier is excited about the addition of Kiefer Sherwood, but what if any upcoming contract talks do not bear fruit? Interesting proposition. Of course, interesting thesis. Let's go out there and read what this article has to say. Sharks GM Mike Grier did not spend 2 second-round draft picks to acquire Sherwood from the Canucks just to see him walk away as a UFA. With that in mind, Grier is optimistic he can get a contract done with the hard-nosed Sherwood, whom Grier feels will play an important role for the Sharks for years to come. He kind of fits the identity of what we want to be as a team, Grier said of Sherwood, whom the Sharks scouted at length in recent weeks after it became clear he was on the market. He is what this team needs as far as someone who plays with some sandpaper, some grit, some speed, some physicality. Sherwood is in the final year of a 2-year, $3 million deal he had signed with the Canucks as a free agent on July 1st, 2024. He and the Canucks could not come to terms on an extension, with reports that he had recently turned down a 3- or 4-year deal that had a $4 million AAV. Sherwood's next contract is expected to carry an AAV of at least $5 million. Whether that works for the Sharks is not totally clear, as the two camps were reportedly far apart in negotiations in their initial talks. Now, this is where we actually get into the meat and potatoes. Grier went out there and said, "I don't believe in negotiating in the media and telling the media what's going on and what the numbers are and what the term is and what it'll look like, so I'll just leave it at that." Post-trade, we had a quick conversation, but we were just more focused on how excited we were to add Kiefer to the group. And I think he's going to love it here. He's excited. We're excited to have him. And we think it's a great fit. So hopefully down the road at some point, we will be able to work something out. Kiefer Sherwood went out there and said that he knows the practice facility is new, so he's coming at a good time. But it's been great. I'm really excited to join this group, and I love the energy so far, and I'm looking forward to get going. So, with this in mind, I do think that San Jose is trying to take a pragmatic approach to the Kiefer Sherwood contract negotiations. They don't want to negotiate in the media. They don't want to spew out numbers and get things dramatic all with the fans and the interviews. That's fine, and I'd honestly say that's pretty appropriate. But reports were Sherwood did reject a $4 million AAV contract, which is well within his right. I mean, he recently signed a $3 million total contract. So going from a $3 million deal to what would have been a $20 million deal, obviously if he has the potential to get more, he has to do what's best for him and his family. I mean, this guy was on pace for 50 goals at one point this season. He's not on pace for that now, but still. Going back over to the article here, this is where we dive into some of the extra numbers. I think we'll be able to work something out, but we'll have to see where it goes, Mike Grier said. This could be Sherwood's last opportunity to cash in on a multi-year contract extension, and Grier, who played 14 years in the NHL from 1996 to 2011, said he does not begrudge any player trying to maximize their value. Greer also must look ahead and ensure that he has cap space needed to ward off a possible offer sheet and sign Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith to extensions, as both players' ELCs expire in 2027. Celebrini's next deal will likely make him one of the highest paid NHL players, and Smith's deal too figures to come with a massive raise from the $950,000 salary he has now. The Sharks currently have $55 million in cap space available for next season, but they also have several holes to fill, with only 11 NHL players under contract. So money talks, of course, and the Sharks do have a bunch of money to spend, but obviously their most important financial commitments are going to be coming a little bit later on with Celebrini and Will Smith. You don't want to pay the moon and the stars for Kiefer Sherwood because it might hold you back from being able to sign Celebrini to an 8-year deal, for example. Which is why we start talking about the idea of a trade. Asked if the Sharks could flip Sherwood before the NHL trade deadline on March 6 if further negotiations do not bear fruit, Greer said, "If someone calls, maybe I'll listen and see what they have to say or if they want to make an offer. But his acquisition was a targeted acquisition." So essentially what he's saying here is that they traded for this guy because they want this guy, they want him long term, they want to be able to work out an extension with him. And that is just going to have to wait a little bit because for now, Sherwood is out with an injury. There haven't seemed to have been any progressing negotiations as of this point, but hey, I guess there is at least a month and a bit before the real trade deadline comes, so maybe Mike Greer will be able to do his business with Sherwood and his camp during the Olympic break or something. I don't know, I'm just speculating. Sherwood, out with an undisclosed injury since January 10th, said Thursday he is hoping to be in the lineup on Tuesday when the Sharks play in Vancouver to begin a 5-game road trip. Sherwood not only had 90 points in his last 190 games over the last 2+ seasons, but also leads the NHL with a staggering 906 hits in that time, despite his modest 6'194" frame. Would Greer have any concerns about Sherwood's body holding up if the Sharks and Sherwood's camp come to an agreement on a multi-year deal that carries the wingers into his mid-30s? Not really, Greer said. I think he plays hard, but I think he takes really good care of himself. When you play physical, there's always a chance that you get hurt or you break down a little bit. But I think how seriously he takes his profession and how he takes care of himself and trains, we're confident he'll be fine and he'll age well. He skates well, plays hard. It's not something we're overly concerned about. The Sharks still have cap space to add if Greer has another trade in mind, but as he said often on Thursday, both Sharks fans and reporters, I'm not going to do anything that's short-sighted. It's all about continuing to grow and building the group. So essentially, it's not fully clear as to whether or not the Sharks could make a trade for Sherwood, but it is open. And that's the biggest thing I think we should take away from this conversation, from Mike Greer and from the article itself. Kiefer Sherwood is, at the time of recording this audio, not a guaranteed long-term bet. But the Sharks want him to be. And that's totally fine. It'll shape up well into favorable negotiation conversations, I would say, as long as Kiefer Sherwood is willing to take a reasonable dollar amount. Now, he rejected $4 million AAV, he probably wants $5 million AAV, he probably wants as much as he can get. If he can get 5.5, then that's even better. But let's go over on to Spectres Hockey from earlier this morning, because there was a Spectres note that I thought was interesting enough to read about Sherwood and the potential contract extension here. Greer acquired Sherwood because he likes his physical two-way style. He believes the veteran winger is the type of experienced player who can help the rebuilding Sharks reach the playoffs now and for the next several years. Nevertheless, if they can't get an extension done, Greer could be open to offers before the trade deadline, especially if his club struggles to remain in the hunt for a playoff berth. So I guess we'll wait and see. If the Sharks continue to win games, if they continue to do well, if they continue to dominate, then there's a bigger incentive for Greer to give that contract extension to Kiefer Sherwood. So with that in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Kiefer Sherwood is a San Jose Shark after the trade deadline? Do you think he is a San Jose Shark for the long term? If he ends off the season with San Jose, I would assume Greer does what he can to get the guy signed. It doesn't seem like San Jose is a team willing to shell out second-round picks for nothing these days, or at least for an asset that would inevitably end up walking. So with all that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Kiefer Sherwood and his future with the Sharks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.